Officer, I'm just reaching for my license. I'm a nurse. Blue lights flash behind her. A traffic stop on a quiet Georgia road. Deputy Kyle Brennan shines his flashlight straight into her face. A black woman, old Honda, driving through a white neighborhood. He spits the words, "You don't belong here." "Sir, please. My 6-year-old daughter is scared." "Then take your welfare baby back to the projects." He leans closer, sneering. "This road isn't for your kind, sweetheart." In the back seat, Destiny sobs. No one stops. No one helps. A black single mom. A traffic stop. Alone. Powerless. The perfect target. But Deputy Brennan didn't check one thing. He didn't know her brother is a Delta Force commander. And that mistake will destroy everything he has. His badge, his career, his entire life. Stay with me. Karma has never been this satisfying. The emergency room at Cedarville General Hospital never sleeps. Neither does Alicia Stevens. She works the night shift. Has for 6 years. 12 hours on her feet. 12 hours of blood, panic, car accidents, heart attacks, overdoses, and split-second decisions that mean the difference between life and death. The fluorescent lights hum above her. The smell of antiseptic clings to her scrubs. Her feet ache in ways she stopped noticing years ago. But Alicia is good at her job. The kind of nurse who stays calm when everyone else falls apart. The kind who holds a dying man's hand at 3 a.m. and tells him it's okay to let go. The kind who fights for every patient like their family. Tonight, like most nights, she clocks out at 9. Her body is exhausted. Her mind is still running through the last patient. A teenage boy, motorcycle accident, touch and go for 3 hours before they stabilized him. She saved his life. She won't think about it. She never does. In the pocket of her scrubs sits an envelope. $480 in cash. Tip money. The nurses started a fund last year. A thank you pool for colleagues who go above and beyond. This week, it went to Alicia. She plans to use it to fix the air conditioning in her car. Summer in Georgia is brutal. Her daughter shouldn't have to ride in a hot box. The car is a 2011 Honda Civic. Gray. Faded paint. 180,000 miles on the odometer. The driver's side window sticks sometimes. The radio cuts out on certain stations. But Alicia keeps it clean. Keeps it running. Keeps every inspection current. Every registration valid. Every light bulb working. It's what she can afford. And she's not ashamed of it. She drives through Cedarville to her mother's house. The streets are quiet at this hour. Streetlights cast orange pools on empty sidewalks. Campaign signs dot the lawns. Sheriff Wade Hollister's face smiling from every third yard. Keeping Whitmore County safe. 3 terms already. Running for a 4th. Alicia doesn't pay attention to the signs. Politics feels distant when you're trying to keep a child fed and a car running. She pulls into her mother's driveway. The porch light is on. It's always on when Destiny is there. Destiny Stevens, 6 years old, gap-toothed smile, her mother's eyes, her uncle's stubborn chin. When Alicia walks through the door, Destiny launches herself across the living room. "Mommy! Mommy! Grandma let me stay up!" Alicia catches her, lifts her, buries her face in her daughter's hair. The smell of baby shampoo and innocence. Did she now? Loretta Stevens appears in the kitchen doorway. 71 years old. Silver hair pulled back in a braid. Hands that raised 2 children alone, working double shifts at the textile mill until her back gave out. She never complained, never asked for help, just did what needed doing. "She wanted to wait for you," Loretta says. "Couldn't sleep." Alicia sets Destiny down. "Say goodbye to Grandma, baby. We need to get home." But Destiny has a question. She always has questions. "Mommy, when are we going to have our own house?" The words hit harder than they should. Alicia has been saving. Slowly. A down payment feels like climbing Everest in flip-flops. But she's trying. Every month, a little more in the account. Every month, a little closer. Soon, baby. We're working on it. Loretta catches Alicia's arm as she heads for the door. Has Darius called? Darius. Alicia's brother. Half-brother, technically. Same mother, different fathers. But blood is blood. And Darius has been her protector since she was 5 years old. He texted yesterday. Said he's finishing a mission. Should be home this week. Something flickers in Loretta's eyes. Worry. Or maybe relief. It's hard to tell with her. Good. It's been too long. Destiny tugs at Alicia's hand. Mommy, what does Uncle Darius do? Alicia smiles. The question comes up every few months. The answer is always the same. He protects people, baby. She has no idea how true that's about to become. They walk to the car. Destiny climbs into her booster seat. Alicia buckles her in, kisses her forehead, starts the engine. The radio plays something soft. Destiny hums along, making up words. County Road 11 stretches ahead. 2 lanes. Pine trees on both sides. The smell of warm asphalt drifting through the cracked window. The dashboard clock reads 9:14 p.m. Blue and red lights explode in the rearview mirror. Alicia's heart jumps. Instinct takes over. She checks her speed. 38 miles per hour. The limit is 40. She wasn't speeding. She signals right, pulls onto the gravel shoulder, kills the engine, places both hands on the steering wheel. 10 and 2. Visible. Non-threatening. Everything she's ever been taught about surviving a traffic stop. Destiny stops humming. Her voice is small, scared. Mommy? What's happening? It's okay, baby. Just stay quiet. Don't move. Alicia watches the rearview mirror. The patrol car sits behind her, lights still flashing. 1 minute. 2. No one emerges. Her palms are sweating. She wipes them on her scrubs, then returns them to the wheel. Finally, a door opens. Footsteps crunch on gravel, slow, deliberate. A flashlight beam stabs through her window, bright enough to blind. The deputy is tall, broad-shouldered. His hand rests on his belt near his weapon. Badge number 2174. Name tag, K. Brennan. Deputy Kyle Brennan, 38 years old, 11 years on the force, 6 complaints in his personnel file, excessive force, unlawful searches, falsified reports. None of them ever led to discipline. Alicia doesn't know any of this yet. All she knows is the light in her eyes and the feeling in her gut. License and registration. His voice is flat, cold. Yes, sir. Alicia moves slowly. I'm reaching for the glove compartment. She retrieves her documents, hands them through the window. Brennan takes them without acknowledgement, studies them under his flashlight. This your car? Yes, sir. You buy it yourself? The question feels wrong, but Alicia keeps her voice calm. Yes, sir. 3 years ago. Brennan shines his flashlight into the back seat. The beam lands on Destiny's face. She flinches, raises a hand to shield her eyes. Who's that? My daughter. A grunt. He turns back to the documents. You know why I pulled you over? No, sir. Your license plate light, it's dim. Alicia blinks. She checked her lights last week. Everything worked fine, but arguing seems unwise. I'll get it fixed. Brennan doesn't return her documents. Instead, he shines his light through the car again. Slowly. Searching. Where are you coming from? Work. Cedarville General Hospital. I'm a nurse. Where are you headed? Home. Where's home? She gives him her address. He writes it down. The questions keep coming. How long has she worked at the hospital? What department? Does she always take this route home? Does anyone else drive this car? Each question feels like a step deeper into something she doesn't understand. Destiny's voice cuts through. "Mommy, why is he yelling?" Brennan isn't yelling. Not technically, but his tone is sharp enough, aggressive enough. To a 6-year-old, it might as well be screaming. Alicia turns her head slightly. "It's okay, baby." "Did I say you could move?" The words crack like a whip. Alicia freezes. "I was talking to my daughter. She's scared." Face forward, hands on the wheel. She complies. Behind her, Destiny starts crying. Soft, hiccuping sobs that tear at Alicia's heart. Brennan leans closer. "Step out of the vehicle." "May I ask why?" "Step out of the vehicle. Now." Alicia opens the door slowly, steps onto the gravel. The night air is warm, humid. Mosquitoes whine somewhere nearby. Turn around, hands on the car. Sir, I haven't done anything wrong." "Hands on the car." She turns, places her palms flat against the warm metal of her Honda. Behind her, Destiny screams, "Mommy!" Then she feels it. Cold metal, circling her wrists, the click of handcuffs. "You're detaining me?" Standard procedure. There is nothing standard about this. Brennan grabs her arm, leads her, not gently, to his patrol car. Pushes her against the hood. She feels the heat through her thin scrubs, smells exhaust and dust and something sour. "Stay here." He returns to her car, opens doors, searches. The glove compartment, the center console, under the seats, the trunk. From down the road, another car approaches. Slows. An older man behind the wheel. White hair, glasses, curious expression. He pulls over 50 meters back. Watches. His name is Elmer Hobbs, 68 years old, retired school teacher, 40 years educating children about right and wrong. His dash cam is mounted on the windshield. It's been recording since he started his drive. 4 minutes, 38 seconds. That's how long the footage will capture. Every moment, every word, everything Brennan does next. Brennan finds the envelope in Alicia's scrubs pocket. $480. He holds it up, studies it like evidence. "Where'd you get this money?" "Tips, from work. My coworkers gave it to me." Brennan smirks. "That's a lot of cash for a nurse." He keys his radio, mutters something she can't hear, then walks back to her. "Camera's acting up tonight." His voice is almost casual. "Just your word against mine." The words hang in the air, and 200 miles south, a military transport plane touches down at Fort Benning. The man on board doesn't know his sister needs him. Not yet. The Whitmore County Sheriff's Office sits on the eastern edge of Cedarville. Red brick, flat roof. An American flag hangs limp in the still night air. Inside, fluorescent lights buzz over beige walls and institutional gray floors. The smell of stale coffee and old paperwork hangs in every corner. Alicia sits in a plastic chair bolted to the floor. Her wrists ache. The handcuffs left red marks that she keeps rubbing, though it doesn't help. Across the room, Destiny sits in another plastic chair. Her legs dangle, too short to reach the ground. She clutches her stuffed rabbit, the only thing Brennan allowed her to keep from the car. Her eyes are red, swollen. But she's not crying anymore. That's almost worse. 4 hours. They've been here 4 hours. No one has explained why Alicia is being held. No one has let her call a lawyer. When she asked, the desk sergeant, a heavy-set woman with tired eyes, shrugged. "Processing paperwork. Sit tight." Brennan took her $480, gave her a receipt. Property receipt number WC 2024-09182. She reads it again, though she's memorized every word. Reason for seizure. Cash of suspected illicit origin. Civil asset forfeiture. Alicia has heard the term. Read stories online. Police can seize cash, cars, even houses, without ever charging the owner with a crime. The burden of proof falls on the citizen to prove their property is legitimate. Most people can't afford to fight. The money disappears into department budgets. No accountability, no recourse. She never thought it would happen to her. At 11:30 p.m., Brennan finally approaches. He has a clipboard in his hand, a form. Sign this. Alicia takes the clipboard, reads the document. Incident report number 247821. Her eyes catch phrases. Driver displayed aggressive behavior and refused to comply with lawful orders. Subject showed signs of possible intoxication. Physical resistance required use of restraints. Every single word is a lie. I'm not signing this. Brennan shrugs, almost bored. Your choice. But if you don't cooperate, this gets complicated. I want to call a lawyer. It's almost midnight. Good luck finding one who'll answer. He walks away, leaves her with the clipboard and the silence and the weight of everything wrong. Across the room, Destiny watches, silent, learning something about the world that no 6-year-old should learn this way. At 1:45 a.m., they release Alicia. No charges, no explanation. A different deputy, younger, uncomfortable, hands her car keys back and mumbles, "You're free to go." Free. The word tastes like ash in her mouth. She walks to the parking lot. Her Honda sits under a flickering light, exactly where Brennan left it after driving it to the station. The trunk is open. Her belongings are scattered inside. Emergency kit, jumper cables, a box of Destiny's old clothes she meant to donate. They searched everything, found nothing, took her money anyway. She gathers her things, closes the trunk, walks around to the passenger side. Destiny is already asleep. Alicia carried her from the station, the child's dead weight heavy in her arms. She buckles Destiny into the car seat, brushes hair from her daughter's face, stands there for a moment watching her breathe. Then she gets behind the wheel and drives. The roads are empty. Cedarville is silent. The dashboard clock reads 2:17 a.m. Her hands shake on the steering wheel. Adrenaline is fading, leaving exhaustion and something darker in its place. But she doesn't let herself cry. Not yet. Not in the car. Not where Destiny might wake up and see. She pulls into her mother's driveway at 2:30 a.m. Loretta is waiting on the porch. She doesn't ask questions. Doesn't speak. Just opens her arms. Alicia falls into them. The tears come hard. Ugly. The kind of crying that empties you out and leaves nothing behind. She sobs against her mother's shoulder while Destiny sleeps in the car, unaware. When the tears finally slow, Loretta leads her inside, makes her sit, brings her water. Tell me everything. Alicia does. Every detail. The traffic stop, the questions, the handcuffs, the search, the money, the lies in that report. When she finishes, Loretta is silent for a long moment. Her jaw is set. Her eyes are hard. Then she stands. I'm calling Darius. Mom, it's almost 3 in the morning. I don't care what time it is. He needs to know. Alicia doesn't argue. She's too exhausted to argue. She goes outside, lifts Destiny from the car, carries her to the guest room, and lays her on the bed. The girl stirs. Mommy? I'm here, baby. Go back to sleep. Are we safe? The question breaks something inside Alicia, but she keeps her voice steady. We're safe. I promise. Destiny closes her eyes. Within minutes, she's asleep again. Alicia sits on the edge of the bed, watching her daughter breathe. In the other room, she hears her mother's voice. Low, urgent, explaining everything. Back at the sheriff's office, Deputy Kyle Brennan finishes his shift. He logs out, grabs his jacket. In the parking lot, another deputy falls into step beside him. Long night? Brennan shrugs. Nothing special. Pulled over some woman on County Road 11. Made a fuss about nothing. Get anything? $480 in cash. Probably drug money. The other deputy laughs. Nice score! Brennan smiles. No one's gonna do anything about it. They never do. He climbs into his truck, drives home, sleeps the sleep of a man who believes he is untouchable. He's wrong. At Fort Benning, a phone rings in officers' quarters. Major Darius Cole answers on the second ring. Mom, what's wrong? He listens. He doesn't interrupt. When his mother finishes, he asks one question. What's the deputy's name? Kyle Brennan. Silence. Then, I'm on my way. Morning light spills through Loretta's kitchen windows, golden, warm. The smell of fresh coffee fills the room. A clock ticks on the wall. Outside, birds sing. Inside, Alicia sits at the table staring at nothing. She hasn't slept. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw blue lights, felt metal on her wrists, heard destiny screaming. The front door opens. Heavy footsteps. Familiar. The sound of someone who carries weight, physical and otherwise, with every step. Darius Cole walks into the kitchen. He's 42 years old, tall, broad-shouldered, built like the soldier he is. His hair is cropped short. His eyes carry shadows, things he's seen, things he's done, things he'll never talk about. 20 years in the United States Army. The last 15 in a unit whose name most people only know from movies. Delta Force. 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta. The tip of the spear. The unit that goes where others can't, does what others won't. But right now, standing in his mother's kitchen, he's not a soldier. He's a brother. Ali. That's all he says. Her nickname. The one only he uses. She stands, crosses the room, falls into his arms. The tears come again. She hates it. Hates crying this much. But with Darius, she doesn't have to be strong. She never has. He was protecting her before she could walk. He holds her, doesn't speak, just lets her cry. From the hallway, a small voice. Uncle Darius! Destiny runs toward him, sleep still in her eyes. He scoops her up with one arm while holding his sister with the other. For a moment, the three of them stand there. A family, anchored together. Finally, Alicia pulls back, wipes her face. I'm sorry. I know you just got back from... Don't. His voice is gentle but firm. Tell me everything, from the beginning. Every detail. She tells him. The traffic stop. Brennan. The questions that didn't make sense. The handcuffs. The search. The money taken. The 4 hours in a plastic chair. The lies in that report. Darius listens without interrupting. His face reveals nothing. But Alicia knows him. She sees the tension in his jaw. The stillness that means he's thinking, planning, calculating. When she finishes, he asks, Do you have his full name? The deputy? Kyle Brennan. He nods, takes out his phone. What are you going to do? I'm going to do what I do best. He meets her eyes. I'm going to plan. Loretta appears in the doorway. Darius, don't do anything foolish. He almost smiles. Mom, I never do anything foolish. I do everything by the book. A pause. I just read the whole book, cover to cover, including the fine print. He makes a call, speaks in short, clipped sentences, hangs up, makes another call, then another. Names Alicia doesn't recognize, phrases that mean nothing to her, favors owed, contacts activated. A network she never knew existed. 15 minutes, 6 phone calls. When he's done, he turns to Alicia. There's a lawyer in Atlanta, Gwendolyn Crawford, civil rights specialist. She's good. I'll reach out today. How do you know her? I know people who know people. He pockets his phone. Over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to make calls, gather information, build a picture. A picture of what? Of exactly how corrupt this department is, and exactly how to take it apart. Alicia frowns. Darius, this is a county sheriff. He has power here, friends, protection. So do I. His voice is quiet, certain. The difference is my friends operate at a different level. Destiny tugs at his sleeve. Uncle Darius, are you going to make the bad man go away? He kneels down, meets her eyes. Yes, sweetheart. Uncle Darius is going to handle it. She hugs him. He hugs her back. When he stands, he looks at Alicia. They picked the wrong family, Allie. They just don't know it yet. Over the next week, Darius Cole makes 17 phone calls, each one a carefully placed piece of a puzzle, each one bringing justice closer. Gwendolyn Crawford's law office occupies the 14th floor of a glass tower in downtown Atlanta. The view spans the city skyline, a reminder of how far she's come from the public defender's office where she started 30 years ago. She's 52 now, silver threads in her dark hair, reading glasses perched on her nose, eyes that have seen 3 decades of courtrooms, depositions, and settlements. She's won landmark cases against police departments, corporations, and government agencies. She's also lost some. The losses taught her more than the victories ever did. When Alicia Stevens walks into her office, Gwen doesn't waste time on pleasantries. She gestures to a chair, picks up a legal pad. Tell me what happened. Every detail. Don't leave anything out. Alicia tells her story. 3rd time now. It doesn't get easier with repetition. If anything, some details feel sharper. The smell of Brennan's cologne, the exact pitch of Destiny's scream, the click of the handcuffs. When she finishes, Gwen sets down her pen, removes her glasses. You're not the first. Alicia blinks. What do you mean? Deputy Kyle Brennan. I've heard that name before. Different clients, different years, same pattern. Gwen opens a drawer, pulls out a folder. I'm going to file a FOIA request. Freedom of Information Act, public records. They're legally required to turn them over. What do you expect to find? Complaints. There are always complaints. The question is whether anyone ever did anything about them. She hands Alicia her card. Go home. Take care of your daughter. I'll be in touch. 2 weeks later, Gwen calls. You need to see this. In person. Alicia drives to Atlanta. Same office, same chair. But now the folder on Gwen's desk is thick, stuffed with documents. Freedom of Information Act response, Gwen says. Deputy Kyle Brennan's personnel file. She slides the folder across the desk. Alicia opens it. 6 complaints, filed between 2018 and 2024. Complaint 1, 2018. Excessive force during arrest of homeless individual. Witness reports, deputy struck subject multiple times after subject was restrained. Complaint 2, 2019. Unlawful search of vehicle. Driver alleges racially motivated questioning. No contraband found. $300 seized, never returned. Complaint 3, 2020. Detained driver for 37 minutes without stated cause. Seized $320 in cash. No charges filed. Complaint 4, 2021. Threatening language during traffic stop. Driver recorded partial audio on cell phone. Recording accidentally deleted from evidence. Complaint 5, 2022. Verbal abuse of Hispanic woman during routine stop. Woman's children present in vehicle. Complaint 6, 2023. Falsified incident report. Contraband allegedly planted in vehicle. Charges later dropped due to procedural issues. 6 complaints. 6 investigations. 6 findings of insufficient evidence or unsubstantiated. 0 disciplinary actions, 0 suspensions, 0 consequences. Alicia's hands tremble as she reads. How is this possible? Internal review, Gwen says. Every complaint goes to the department. The department investigates itself, and every single time they find nothing wrong. She pulls another document from the folder. An email. Internal correspondence. From Sheriff Wade Hollister to Shift Supervisors. Date, June 15, 2024. Subject, citation numbers. Need 15 additional citations this month to maintain overtime budget. Focus on rural stops. Low visibility areas preferred. Emphasize collection. Alicia reads it twice. He's telling them to write more tickets. He's telling them to target people who won't fight back. Gwen's voice is tight. Rural stops. Low visibility. Translation: isolated roads where there are no witnesses. People who look like they don't have lawyers. People who look like easy targets. She pulls out a third document. A spreadsheet. Forfeiture data for Whitmore County over the past 5 years. Total assets seized, $2.3 million. Percentage of seizures involving black drivers, 72%. Percentage of those seizures that resulted in criminal charges, 11%. The numbers sit there. Cold. Undeniable. Damning. 72%, Alicia whispers. 72% of everyone who had property seized was black, in a county that's 31% black. Gwen closes the folder. This isn't one bad deputy, Ms. Stevens. This is a system, designed to function exactly this way. Silence fills the office. Alicia processes. What do we do? We build a federal civil rights case, pattern and practice of discrimination. But we need more than documents. We need witness testimony. We need other victims willing to come forward. She pauses. And we need the dashcam footage from your traffic stop. Brennan said his camera wasn't working. His body cam, maybe. But someone else was there that night. An older man. Pulled over down the road. His dashcam was recording. Alicia remembers. The car that stopped. The white-haired man watching. How do you know about him? Gwen allows herself a small smile. Your brother found him. Darius has been busy. He doesn't appear at meetings, doesn't show his face publicly. But his presence is everywhere. Invisible threads connecting every piece of the investigation. He found Elmer Hobbs through a contact at the Georgia State Patrol, a favor owed from years ago. He reached out to Special Agent Calvin Rhodes at FBI Atlanta, a former Army buddy who now works civil rights cases. He connected Derek Lawson, a journalist at WCTV9, with sources inside the sheriff's office. He put Gwen Crawford in touch with attorneys at the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. Every call, every connection, every piece of information, it flows through Darius. Quietly, strategically, like planning a military operation. Because that's exactly what this is. Meanwhile, Derek Lawson pursues his own investigation. He's 36, ambitious, principled. He's heard whispers about Whitmore County for years. Now he has a thread to pull. He shows up at Gwen's office one afternoon. I want to tell this story, on the record. Gwen studies him. Why? Because someone should. Because silence protects the guilty. She hands him copies of the FOIA documents, watches his expression as he reads. This is systemic, he says. This is a machine. Yes, it is. He looks up. Who's funding this investigation? Someone's pulling strings I can't see. Gwen's expression remains neutral. Let's just say Ms. Stevens has family support. Derek is smart enough to stop asking. At her mother's house, Alicia sits on the porch, watches Destiny chase fireflies in the yard. The girl is laughing, running, being 6 years old, as if nothing happened. Children are resilient. Adults remember. Her phone buzzes. Darius. How are you holding up? I'm okay. Gwen says we're building a strong case. Good. Stay patient. Everything is moving. Darius, I don't know how to thank you. A pause. You don't thank family for doing what family does. Just take care of destiny. I'll handle the rest. He hangs up. If you've ever felt like the system was rigged against you, stay with me. What happens next almost destroyed everything. The sheriff thinks he can bury this. He has no idea what's coming. Sheriff Wade Hollister's campaign office sits in a strip mall on the north side of Cedarville. American flags on the walls, red, white, and blue bunting around the windows. A poster-sized photo of his face with the slogan, "Keeping Whitmore County Safe, 4 more years." He's been sheriff for 12 years, 3 terms. Before that, he was a deputy for 15 years. Before that, military police. His entire adult life has been about authority, about control, about the power of a badge. He expects to win a 4th term. The polls say he's ahead by 12 points. His campaign manager, a nervous young man named Cliff, hands him a folder. We have a situation. Hollister scans the contents. Faux IA requests. A lawyer from Atlanta. A reporter asking questions about forfeiture statistics. The Stevens woman? Yes, sir. She's not dropping it. Hollister tosses the folder on his desk. I've dealt with complaints before. They fade. People get tired, move on. Except that fighting costs more than giving up. This feels different. Different how? Cliff hesitates. Someone's helping her. Someone with resources. I can't figure out who. Then figure it out. Hollister picks up his phone. And in the meantime, I'll handle this personally. That evening, Alicia receives a phone call. Unknown number. She almost doesn't answer. Ms. Stevens? A man's voice, polite, professional, the kind of voice that sells insurance or conducts surveys. I'm calling on behalf of some concerned parties. Who is this? That's not important. What's important is that you understand. Legal battles are expensive, time-consuming, stressful, especially for single mothers. Alicia's grip tightens on the phone. Are you threatening me? I'm sharing information. Family Services investigates parents all the time. Custody evaluations are standard when a parent seems unstable, under pressure, making poor decisions. The implication lands like a fist. Are you threatening to take my daughter? I'm just suggesting you think carefully about your choices. Have a good evening, Ms. Stevens. Click. Alicia stands frozen in her kitchen, hands shaking, heart racing. Then she remembers. Darius told her, record everything. She checks her phone. The recording app has been running since the unknown number appeared. It captured every word. The next morning, she plays it for Gwen Crawford. Gwen listens with a stone face. When it ends, she speaks slowly, carefully. This is witness intimidation, potentially criminal. What do I do? You keep going. This is exactly what they don't want. But the pressure escalates. 2 days later, Alicia receives a text message. Unknown number, 6 words. Back off or lose your kid. She screenshots it, sends it to Gwen, sends it to Darius. Darius responds with 3 words. Keep going. Trust me. At the sheriff's office, Hollister meets with Deputy Brennan behind closed doors. The Stevens case. Is it going to be a problem? Brennan shrugs. I did everything by the book. My body cam was malfunctioning. Happens all the time. What about witnesses? Just the woman and her kid. No one else. Hollister studies him. She's hired a lawyer, a real one, from Atlanta. Someone's bankrolling her. She's a nurse, boss. Single mom. Old car. Where's she getting that kind of money? That's what worries me. Hollister pulls up a background check on his computer. Alicia Stevens, 34, Emergency room nurse. No criminal record. No civil suits. No political connections. She's nobody, Brennan says. No family money, no powerful friends. No one's coming for her. Hollister nods slowly. That's what I thought. Easy target, Brennan says, smiling. Later that day, Hollister's phone rings. A contact in City Hall. Wade, we have a problem. There's a reporter from WCTV9 asking about forfeiture numbers. Someone leaked internal emails. Hollister's blood chills. Which emails? The citation quota memos. Silence. Find out who leaked them, and find out who's backing the Stevens woman. 2 days pass. Hollister's contact calls back. I couldn't find much on the sister, but I noticed something strange. There's been federal interest in your department, FBI Atlanta, Civil Rights Division. FBI? Why would they care about a county traffic stop? I don't know, but someone connected them to the case. Someone with pull I can't trace. Hollister hangs up. For the first time in years, he feels something unfamiliar. Doubt. At Cedarville General Hospital, Alicia is called into her supervisor's office. Alicia, I need to talk to you. The supervisor, a kind woman named Ruth, looks deeply uncomfortable. We've been receiving calls, anonymous complaints about you. What kind of complaints? Allegations about your work performance, your judgment, your stability. Ruth sighs. I don't believe any of it. Your record is impeccable. But hospital policy requires me to suggest maybe you take some personal leave until things settle down. Alicia feels the walls closing in. They're attacking from every angle. Her money, her job, her daughter. That night, she calls Darius. I don't know how much more I can take. His voice is calm, steady. The voice of someone who has survived worse. They're doing exactly what I expected. Desperate people make desperate moves. It doesn't feel desperate. It feels like they're winning. That's what they want you to think. But I promise that they've already lost. They just don't know it yet. How can you be sure? Because they still don't know who I am. He pauses. When they find out, I want to see their faces. A spokesman for the Whitmore County Sheriff's Office later released a statement. We do not comment on pending litigation. The department maintains that all personnel actions follow established protocols. Hollister thinks he's winning. He's about to learn who Darius Cole really is. Destiny wakes up screaming at 2 a.m. Alicia rushes to her room, finds her daughter tangled in sweat-soaked sheets, eyes wide, chest heaving. Mommy, don't let them take me. Baby, I'm here. I'm right here. She pulls Destiny into her arms, holds her tight, feels the small body trembling against her chest. The bad man was yelling again, Destiny sobs. He had lights, blue and red lights. He was taking you away. It was just a dream, baby. Just a bad dream. It wasn't a dream. It happened. I remember. The words cut deep, because she's right. It did happen, and now it lives inside her, a 6-year-old carrying trauma she can't understand. Alicia carries Destiny to the living room. They sit on the couch together. Destiny curls into her mother's side, clutching her stuffed rabbit. Mommy, are we gonna have to hide? What do you mean? From the police. Do we have to hide from them? Alicia's heart shatters. No, baby, we don't have to hide. But even as she says it, she doesn't know if it's true. The nightmares have been coming every night now. Destiny is afraid of cars, afraid of blue lights, afraid of men in uniforms. 6 years old, and the world has already taught her to be afraid. After Destiny finally falls asleep, Alicia sits alone in the dark. The house is silent. The clock on the wall ticks. Her phone glows on the table. She calls Darius. Allie? It's 3 in the morning. I know, I'm sorry. Her voice cracks. I don't know if I can keep doing this. Talk to me. Destiny's having nightmares every night. She's scared of everything now. She asked me if we have to hide. Alicia wipes her eyes. And I can't even promise her she's safe, because I don't know if she is. Silence. Then Darius speaks. Soft. Steady. You remember when we were kids? Every time someone picked on you at school, what did I tell you? Don't cry in front of them. Cry with me. So cry, Ali. Right now. Let it out. She does. She lets herself fall apart on the phone with her brother 200 miles away. The fear, the anger, the exhaustion, the feeling of being crushed by something too big to fight. When she's empty, Darius speaks again. Now listen to me. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up. You're going to take care of Destiny. You're going to keep living. Because I'm almost done. Done with what? Setting the trap. His voice hardens. They came after you because they thought you were weak. They thought nobody would stand up for you. They were wrong. What if it doesn't work? No what ifs. Do you trust me? She thinks about every time he's protected her, every promise he's kept, every time he showed up when she needed him most. I trust you. Then trust me now. 1 more week, and they'll find out exactly who they messed with. She takes a breath, steadies herself. Okay. Get some sleep. I love you. I love you too. She hangs up, goes to the bedroom, lies down next to Destiny, watches her daughter sleep. So small, so innocent. Alicia whispers into the darkness, I'm going to protect you, whatever it takes. In the other room, her phone buzzes. A text from Darius. Monday, 9 a.m. Everything changes. What Darius did next made the sheriff's blood run cold. Monday morning, 9:07 a.m. Sheriff Wade Hollister sits in his office, reviewing polling numbers. 6 weeks until the election. He's ahead by 12 points. Everything is under control. His phone rings. Deputy Chief Harold Moore. Boss, we've got a problem. Hollister sighs. What now? The Stevens case. I just got a call from FBI Atlanta. Hollister straightens in his chair. FBI? What do they want? They're opening an official investigation. Civil Rights Division. Pattern and practice. On what basis? They have everything. The FOIA documents, the forfeiture data, the internal emails. Moore pauses. And they have dash cam footage from the night of the stop. Hollister's stomach drops. Brennan's body cam was broken. Not Brennan's. A civilian witness, retired schoolteacher. His camera caught everything. Silence. Boss, there's something else. The FBI agent who called, he mentioned how the case came to him. Said someone with federal contacts connected the dots. Who? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Moore's voice drops. The Stevens woman's brother. I ran a deeper background check. And? A long pause. His name is Darius Cole. Major Darius Cole. United States Army. Special Operations Command. Hollister frowns. Special Operations. What unit? Delta Force, sir. He commands a squadron, 20 years in service, 3 Silver Stars, multiple classified operations. He's worked directly with CIA, FBI, Defense Intelligence. His contact list includes people in Washington neither of us could get on the phone in 100 years. Hollister doesn't move, doesn't breathe. Delta Force. Yes, sir. We pulled over the sister of a Delta Force commander. Yes, sir. We handcuffed her, took her money, threatened her custody. Yes, sir. Hollister's hand grips the armrest of his chair until his knuckles turn white. Why didn't anyone check this? No one thought to look. She's a nurse. Single mother. Old car. She fit the profile. She fit the profile. Hollister's voice is hollow. Empty. She's the sister of a man who could call the Secretary of Defense. He hangs up. Sits motionless for a full minute. Then he picks up the phone. Calls Brennan. Kyle, my office now. 10 minutes later, Brennan stands in front of Hollister's desk. Confused. Defensive. What's going on? The Stevens woman. When you stopped her, did she mention family? No. Why would she? Because her brother is Major Darius Cole, Delta Force, one of the most connected special operators in the United States military. Brennan's face drains of color. What? We handcuffed his sister. We took her money. We threatened to take her child. Brennan's mouth opens, closes, opens again. She was driving an old car. She looked like... Like what, Kyle? Hollister's voice rises. An easy target? Someone with no connections? Nobody to protect her? Brennan doesn't answer. She's his sister. Hollister slams his palm on the desk. And he's been planning this for weeks. The FBI, the reporter, the lawyer, every thread traces back to him. Every single one. Silence. Brennan's voice comes out small, broken. What do we do? Hollister sinks into his chair. For the first time in his career, he has no answer. They finally understand. They picked the wrong family. And that phone call from the FBI? It was just the beginning. The trap springs all at once. Every piece Darius positioned over 2 weeks activates simultaneously. A coordinated strike. Precise. Overwhelming. No escape routes left. FBI Atlanta officially opens a civil rights investigation into the Whitmore County Sheriff's Office. The case file is thick. Forfeiture statistics, personnel records, internal communications. The Department of Justice Civil Rights Division formally requests a meeting with county officials. WCTV9 broadcasts a special report. Derek Lawson stands in front of the sheriff's office, documents in hand. Internal emails obtained by this station reveal Sheriff Wade Hollister directing deputies to increase traffic citations in low-visibility areas. Sources confirm these stops disproportionately targeted minority drivers, particularly black motorists traveling alone. The Washington Post publishes an investigative feature. National coverage. The headline, Small Georgia Sheriff's Office under federal scrutiny for pattern of civil rights violations. And then, the evidence that ends careers. FBI forensic technicians examine Deputy Kyle Brennan's body cam. The video file is corrupted, unrecoverable, just as Brennan claimed. But the audio channel was separate. The microphone was active the entire time, every word recorded. The transcript leaks within 48 hours. Gwen Crawford reads portions aloud at a press conference, cameras flashing. Deputy Brennan, speaking to another officer via radio before initiating the traffic stop. Got a black woman in an old Honda. Doesn't belong in this neighborhood. Gonna check her out. She turns the page. Deputy Brennan, speaking after handcuffing Ms. Stevens, apparently unaware his microphone remained active. These people think they can drive through here like they own the place. Silence in the room. Then a roar of questions. Alicia watches from Gwen's office. Her hands tremble, not from fear this time. Something else. Something closer to release. His own voice, she whispers. His own words. Exactly. Gwen's expression is grim but satisfied. No context needed. No interpretation required. He condemned himself. The fallout is immediate and total. Sheriff Hollister calls his contacts, political allies, business partners, law enforcement friends, every single one. No one answers. Brennan hires a criminal defense attorney. The attorney reviews the evidence and advises him to prepare for indictment. The Whitmore County Board of Supervisors schedules an emergency session. And everywhere, local news, national news, social media, the story spreads. A black single mother, a corrupt deputy, a broken system designed to prey on the vulnerable. Darius Cole never appears publicly, never gives an interview, never makes a statement. He doesn't need to. The machine he built runs on its own momentum now. Alicia calls him that night. "How did you do this?" "I didn't do much." She can hear the smile in his voice. "Made some calls, talked to some people, shared information with the right offices." "You destroyed them." "No, Allie. They destroyed themselves. I just made sure everyone could see it." Silence. "Thank you. I don't know how to ever—" "Don't thank me yet. Thursday, the grand jury meets. That's when it becomes official." "What happens after that?" "Then we find out if justice still means something in this country." Elmer Hobbs, the retired school teacher whose dash cam captured everything, appears on the evening news. "I'm 68 years old, taught school for 40 years, saw a lot of things, but I've never seen anyone treated the way they treated that young woman." He looks directly into the camera. "She did everything right, everything. Hands on the wheel, yes sir, no sir, and they still put her in handcuffs, in front of her little girl. Every door Hollister tries is closed. Every phone call goes to voicemail. Every ally has vanished. Darius didn't just beat them. He made certain they had nowhere left to run." Thursday. Federal Grand Jury. The Richard B. Russell Federal Building rises over downtown Atlanta. Stone and glass. A monument to something most people want to believe still exists. Justice. Thursday morning, 9 a.m. The grand jury convenes. 23 citizens selected to review evidence and determine whether criminal charges are warranted. The federal prosecutor presents the case methodically. Document by document. Recording by recording. They watch the dash cam footage from Elmer Hobbs. 4 minutes and 38 seconds. A woman with her hands on the steering wheel. A child crying in the back seat. A deputy escalating without cause. They read the incident report Deputy Kyle Brennan filed. Driver displayed aggressive behavior. Refused to comply with lawful orders. Signs of possible intoxication. Then they watch the footage again. Nothing matches. They review the personnel complaints. 6 accusations spanning 6 years. 0 consequences. They read the internal emails. Quotas. Targets. Push harder on rural stops. They listen to the body cam audio. Clear as a confession. Got a black woman in an old Honda. Doesn't belong in this neighborhood. The deliberation takes 4 hours. The indictment takes 4 minutes to read. The United States of America versus Kyle Brennan. Count 1. Deprivation of rights under color of law. Title 18, United States Code, Section 242. Maximum sentence upon conviction. 10 years in federal prison. Brennan surrenders his badge that afternoon. He's photographed leaving the sheriff's office, flanked by federal marshals. He stares at the ground, makes no statement. His attorney speaks instead. Deputy Brennan maintains that the audio recording has been taken out of context. He intends to vigorously contest these charges. No one believes him. The FBI announces a separate ongoing investigation into Sheriff Wade Hollister and the Whitmore County Sheriff's Office. Pattern and practice. Systemic discrimination. Civil asset forfeiture abuse. Hollister holds a brief press conference. His voice wavers. I will cooperate fully with all investigations. I have always served this county with integrity and professionalism. The reporter's questions are brutal. He escapes without answering most of them. Later that afternoon, outside the federal courthouse, Hollister walks toward his vehicle. Security detail flanking him, eyes fixed on the ground. A figure steps into his path. Tall, civilian clothes, calm. Hollister stops. "Sheriff." The voice is quiet, controlled. "My name is Darius Cole. I'm Alicia Stevens' brother." Hollister's face goes gray. "I wanted to meet you, face to face." Darius steps closer. His voice drops, just loud enough for two people to hear. "So you'd remember." "Remember what?" "Remember that you picked the wrong family." He holds Hollister's gaze for a long moment, then turns and walks away. Hollister stands frozen. His security detail has to physically guide him to his vehicle. That evening, Alicia watches the news coverage with Destiny asleep beside her. The indictment, the investigation, the beginning of accountability. Her phone buzzes. "Darius." "You saw?" "I saw." "How do you feel?" She considers the question. The fear, the rage, the despair, and now, finally, something that almost resembles peace. "I feel like maybe it was worth it." "It was always worth it, Allie. They just didn't know it yet." 3 weeks later, the election results come in. 3 weeks later. Sheriff Wade Hollister loses his re-election bid. The margin isn't close. 22 percentage points. A landslide rejection. His opponent, a reform candidate running on police accountability, wins every precinct in the county. Deputy Kyle Brennan awaits trial. If convicted, he faces up to 10 years in federal prison. His attorney has filed motions to suppress the audio evidence. Legal experts say they'll fail. The Whitmore County Sheriff's Office is placed under federal monitoring. New policies, new training requirements, new oversight, new leadership. Alicia Stevens receives her $480 back, plus interest. She returns to work at Cedarville General Hospital. Her colleagues wear small black ribbons, a gesture of solidarity. Her supervisor apologizes for suggesting she take leave. Destiny Stevens stops having nightmares. She starts singing in the car again, starts trusting the world, slowly, carefully, the way children heal. 6 years old, resilient in ways adults forget they can be. Major Darius Cole receives a promotion. He could have made this public, given interviews, become a story. Instead, he remained invisible, the hand that moved the pieces, never seen. Before his next deployment, he visits Cedarville one last time. Destiny runs to him with a piece of paper. "Uncle Darius, I made this for you." A crayon drawing. 2 figures holding hands. One wears blue scrubs. One wears a green uniform. Above them, in the shaky handwriting of a 6-year-old, "My heroes," spelled wrong, means everything. Darius kneels down, hugs her, hugs Alicia, hugs his mother. "Thank you," Alicia whispers. "That's what family does." They thought she was alone. They thought she was weak. They thought no one would fight for her. They were wrong. If you've ever been underestimated, leave a comment. Tell me your story. Subscribe, because karma is real. And remember, never pick on someone until you know who's standing behind them.